Today we're checking out more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 6.
Captain's log, stardate
Captain's log.
46731.5.
Always makes me so happy.
A stellar nursery. Our 3-week mission is a routine analysis of several dozen protostars.
A stellar nursery.
Our survey of this protostar is complete.
Ensign laying a course for the next one, 3/4 impulse.
That's a different shot. We don't see that very often. Ooh, so pretty.
Oh my god.
Then you can identify that object.
Standing in the shadows.
I trust I'm not being overly presumptuous, now that my star pupil is master of the stars.
Is his former teacher?
No one could be more welcome on the Enterprise.
His old professor. I think if he wasn't a captain, he would have been a good professor.
Captain.
Oh, please, Mr. will do fine. Well,
He loves archaeology so much.
question is certainly 5th Dynasty. From the workshop of the Master of Tarquin Hill.
Well done.
He's good.
I thought your study of Kurlan artifacts was done long ago.
I happened to be in the neighborhood last summer. I couldn't resist. Go ahead.
Does it open?
You mean it's complete?
Oh my god, he's so excited. I love seeing him in his element, which is captaining, but also this.
The Kurlan civilization died out thousands of years ago. It is extraordinarily rare to find a figurine intact.
It's yours, Jean-Luc.
That should be in a museum.
How can I accept this?
Graciously, Mr. Picard. You could accept it graciously.
Riker's so happy for him. Me too.
The professor is scheduled to meet a Vulcan transport the day after tomorrow.
I don't understand.
I'm currently on an expedition, a journey into an unexplored and historical territory.
Ooh.
I intend to take you with me.
Oh. Oh, he wants to go. He would love to go on an archaeological adventure. This is like how they should have ended the whole series. Just Picard goes off on an archaeological adventure. Ah.
Space. The final frontier.
Ba-
These are the voyages of the Starship.
ba- 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 ba. All right. What's he gonna do?
Since I last saw my archaeology professor, his presence has taken me back
chase.
to a time when I had considered a very different career.
I bet.
Shrouded with a cloak of mystery.
And as a result, my reputation is no doubt grown.
I've never heard of anyone who didn't love a good mystery. Microscopic level, I read your papers on the subject, but that was years ago. It seemed as though the work had stopped.
No,
He's been doing it in
the
secret.
work continued.
Directed by Riker.
I made a discovery so profound in its implications that silence seemed the wisest course.
Oh.
Its work has occupied my every waking thought. It's intruded upon my dreams. It's become my life.
I gotta chill. That's so profound.
Tell me.
I cannot, Mr. Picard.
Come on.
That information comes with a price. Your agreement to join me.
But leave the ship.
Be a matter of weeks. But as it is, we'll only have my shuttle and whatever arrangement we can make with transports, combined with our talents.
If only the Enterprise could go.
There will be hazards along the way. I don't want my own inadequacies to jeopardize the completion of this work.
I hope we get to know whatever this is that he's talking about.
What if you could have helped Schliemann discover the city of Troy, when with Mattel when she first stepped on Yasim? How can anything compare?
He doesn't know what it is.
Professor, the Enterprise is yours for as long as you're here.
Thank you.
I mean, he can't go, right? Ask for special permission for the Enterprise to go.
Looks like you've been up for a while.
Yes.
I love that teapot.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, spill it.
He asked me to leave the Enterprise and to join him in an archaeological expedition which could last for nearly a year.
And he really wants to go.
I'm not sorry for the path that I chose. But the Professor did not choose this gift at random. The many voices inside the one.
It's a message.
He had his own children, but they didn't follow in his footsteps, so I was like the son who understood him.
And yet you turned your back on him.
And he's curious about this mystery. Let's be honest. I am too.
I'm afraid I won't be going. The Enterprise isn't something that I can leave and then come back to.
Yeah, it's not a hobby.
And it's not something that I'm prepared to do.
This is not some undergraduate study project that you're turning down. There's a chance of a lifetime.
But he doesn't know what it is.
You don't believe that my career in Starfleet has been a mistake?
What are you doing at this very moment? A study mission.
Don't belittle his work.
Your achievements could have outstripped even my own, but no, you decided to reject a life of profound discovery.
He's so angry at him. He was meant to be a captain, man. And also, you haven't even told him what this mission is.
I'll be going.
But, Professor, You're not scheduled to catch the Vulcan ship for another 2 days.
There's nothing for me here.
Oh, what a crappy note to leave it on, too. That was so disrespectful. That's gonna haunt him forever.
Captain, I'm going for a walk in the Arboretum. I wouldn't mind some company.
She knows he's got something on his mind.
A distress call from Professor Galen's shuttle. On screen.
Uh-oh.
Enterprise, I'm being boarded.
By whom?
Transmission has been blocked.
I have located the shuttle, sir. It is under attack.
Ayo.
Take us out of warp. On screen.
Better not be the Cardassians.
The transporter cannot penetrate it. Hail the Iridians. They are not responding.
Of course. Shields up.
Disable their offensive systems.
Worf!
Was that an accident?
Powerful enough to destroy the ship.
Transporter room 1. Log on to Professor Galen.
What the frig? What happened?
He took a disruptor hit point blank. There is nothing I can do.
Is he gonna die?
I was too harsh.
Yes. Say sorry. Oh, wow. At least he said that before he died. Commercial break.
What did they want?
We're not sure. It looks like they were
Iridians.
trying to download something from his computer.
When he was attacked, Professor Galen began to protect certain files in his computer memory.
It's about this mystery. Greatest discovery of all time or something?
Were the Iridians able to get the number blocks?
At least some of them.
Apparently, the Iridians knew more about the professor's work than we do. They may have known what these numbers mean.
Data can't figure it out? Maybe they're missing some.
Did the shuttle's flight logs show where Galen had been before coming to the Enterprise?
Yes, sir. The logs indicate Professor Galen visited an unexplored star system, Rua 4.
What's the distance from our present position?
Maybe there's a clue.
The conference can wait. Set a course for the Rua system.
This is mysterious.
Rua 4 is a Class M planet. 67% of its surface is covered with water. There is nothing to indicate former occupancy by even a primitive culture, sir.
So what was he doing here? Maybe he left a clue for you guys.
It is covered with deciduous vegetation, unexplored, with no apparent evidence of civilizations, either past or present. The planet possesses no animal life whatsoever.
Again, why would he go there?
With all due respect, sir, we've already run into one dead end. Indri 8 doesn't seem much more promising. And we're late for the conference on Italia 7.
He doesn't want to go on the wild goose chase. There must be something on these two planets that is mysterious and has nothing to do with normal archaeology, I think.
If I had gone with him.
Captain, you can't start thinking like that.
Well, then he might be dead.
You didn't abandon him. You chose not to abandon a lifelong career. Starfleet is relying on your mediation efforts
Counselor, this is not simply a case. Me taking the Enterprise and its crew on some wild goose chase.
That's what I said.
I will not let Galen's death be in vain. If that means inconveniencing a few squabbling delegates for a few days, then so be it. I will take the full
Wow.
responsibility.
Can't they just go after the conference? He is putting aside his duties right now for this. It's gotten under his skin. He's not really thinking rationally here. He knows that was a little over the line.
Some sort of plasma reaction is consuming the lower atmosphere.
Can we stop it?
No, sir.
All life on the planet is being destroyed, sir.
What? Whoa. A plasma reaction that destroys all life? Is this what he was going there for?
If we narrow the search parameters to the biological database, it might increase the chances of the computer finding a match.
Make it so.
Specify.
The number blocks are mathematical representations of fragments of deoxyribonucleic acid strands.
DNA.
Each a different life form from 19 different worlds.
The planets that these fragments are from are scattered across the quadrant. No wonder it took the professor so long to collect them.
But what does it mean?
But look at the base pair combinations. They're uniform. Computer, connect the DNA fragments according to protein link compatibility.
What does it build? A life form?
Of a natural design, Captain. This is part of an algorithm, coded at the molecular level.
An algorithm?
What?
The genetic information must have been incorporated into the earliest life forms on these planets and then passed down through each generation.
But why would anyone do this in the first place?
To create life?
You know, this may be a long shot, but we should check each one of these 17 people to see if they have the correct protein configuration.
To find out where it came from?
It's 4 billion years old. A computer program from a highly advanced civilization. And it's hidden in the very fabric of life itself.
Jeez.
Whatever information this program contains could be the most profound discovery of our time.
Yeah. I hope we find out what it is. The most dangerous, yeah.
Well, I have been through every page of the professor's published works, looking for some clue as to where to go next. So far, nothing.
Yeah, they need to figure out where he would go after that, where the next piece would be. It's not going to be in the published works. It's going to be in his private journals.
When I asked the professor why he went all the way to Kerr, he said, I was in the neighborhood.
Maybe there's something there.
There is no Lauren 3 sample from the data downloaded from the professor's shuttle.
Mr. Data, set a course for Lauren 3, maximum warp.
Maximum warp. Yeah, this is an important mystery. We gotta solve it.
We are now entering orbit. On screen. You were right, Captain.
Iridians?
Company, Cardassians.
Cardassians.
Identify yourself and state your business in this star system.
I'm Captain
Probably the same
John
thing as you were
Picard
there
of the
for.
Federation Starship Enterprise, and I see no reason why I should answer to you.
And he's particularly salty to them, I would think.
Shows 1 Federation starship and 2 Cardassian war vessels. Perhaps I have miscounted.
Not at all.
Is that a threat?
I invite you to withdraw.
Captain, Klingon attack cruiser decloaking up the starboard bow.
Klingons?
This is the Klingon vessel, Matar. What are you doing here?
Commercial break. Okay, wow, they're all there.
I think we all know about Professor Galen's research and about the computer program composed of DNA fragments.
Really?
That one of you has a fragment from Indri 8.
Yes, and there will be no other samples from Indri 8.
Just work together.
The Uridian who sold us the information claimed that the program would yield the key to an unlimited power source.
But until we assemble it,
None of them know what it is.
Biscuits. If that is what you believe, I will send you my mother's recipe.
How dare you?
Yap! Enough!
Yeah, enough.
What do you propose?
If you each bring your samples on board the Enterprise, we will all observe the results simultaneously.
It's the only way.
Captain.
Convince them. All right, let's go. Go science. I am dying to know what it is.
Doctor, program the computer to analyze the distribution of the pieces that we have, then extrapolate for the missing piece.
Yeah, where the last piece would be.
The computer is processing the data.
Your reputation for physical strength is known even in the Klingon Empire.
Really?
You're familiar with the Bahat Kul challenge?
I am familiar with many Klingon rituals,
Is he about to challenge him? Is it like an arm wrestle?
Wa, cha, wei.
That was awesome. That was easy.
My upper spinal support is a polyalloy designed to withstand extreme stress. My skull is composed of cortinide and uranium.
Idiot. So, don't try anything else, mister.
Of your abilities would go far in the Empire.
You were attempting to bribe me.
Right. Imagine him just joining up with the Klingons.
The missing DNA fragments should be in this system.
The star is in sector 21459, the Ramazad system.
And there we go. Shield up! Friggin' Cardassians.
It is fortunate that your engineer discovered Gull 06 attempt to tamper with your defensive systems. You incompetent Topa! You were supposed to be prepared!
The Cardassian vessels have set a course for Ramazad.
As will we.
We'll go with you.
Hanson, set in a course for the Vilmoran system, warp 9.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
I see. They led them astray, and now warp 9. And we got an engage.
Any sign of the Cardassians?
Not yet, but we don't know how long it'll stay that way.
Acknowledged.
I wonder if they ever get in trouble for skipping that conference.
A primitive lichen growing in a fossilized seabed.
Transporter room 1. I am programming the coordinates. Stand by.
I feel like the Cardassians are going to show up.
Captain, we've got company. I'm ready to pull you out of there.
Wait for my order, number 1.
Cardassian?
Well, it was quite a chase,
And
wasn't
the
it, my
Romulans.
friends?
The missing piece.
Professor Galen's shuttle was attacked. And you have been shadowing us ever since.
Freaking Romulans.
Perhaps we could come to a compromise. You give us the gene code and the Romulans.
The seabed may be only partially fossilized.
Meanwhile, they're going to solve it. Can they secretly get a sample?
Be eliminated now.
You can be eliminated
Look
by a disruptor.
cool. Just slowly back away.
Etched in stone, no doubt. No deal. There will be no deals as long
Yeah,
as
get a
I'm
sample.
still
Go, go, go.
alive.
All right, now get out of there.
It's modifying the diode emitter to project something.
Oh.
You're wondering who we are.
Yeah.
Why we have done this. That I stand before you, the image of a being from so long ago.
Kind of looks like Odo.
For you are the end result. It was our hope that you would have to come together in fellowship.
Yes. They had to work together.
There is something of us in each of you, and so something of you in each other. remember us.
Oh? If only that was enough to solve all the problems between them.
The very notion that a Cardassian could have anything in common with a Klingon, it turns my stomach.
Did they even listen? They're not ready to hear that message yet.
His dream to solve that puzzle would never have been realized. You left him a wonderful legacy.
Yes, but it would have been a more fitting legacy if the message had not fallen on such deaf ears.
Exactly. Maybe this is the beginning, the first step to peace.
It would seem that we are not completely dissimilar after all. In our hopes or in our fears.
Indeed.
Perhaps one day.
There can be peace.
One day.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a breadcrumb of peace. I wonder if this whole thing is going to come back in other episodes. The origin of all the races. Wow. Okay, that was season 6, episode 20, and that was a really cool episode. I really liked that one. I mean, we started with Picard like nerding out with his archaeology professor, which I love to see. You love to see that side of him. He really does love history and exploring and archaeology and all that stuff. And you know, he does use that as captain of the Enterprise. They explore, they seek answers, but it's not the same as if he had gone and been an archaeologist and a professor and that sort of thing. So I do think it was nice to kind of visit that with him and see just how much it holds a piece of his heart. And he said he didn't regret becoming a captain, choosing that path, so that's good to know. But yeah, so his mentor comes back and then winds up killed, which was very tough for him, I think. And then leaves him with this mystery, and we wind up going all over the place trying to track down the answers. And what I loved about it was it brought together all the main four, you know, humans, Klingons, Romulans, Cardassians, and we saw them all on screen together, which I don't know if I've ever seen them on screen all together before. I don't think so. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time I've ever seen all 4 of them on screen together. So that was really cool to see, and you know, it felt like a very hopeful old school Star Trek message in the end, that like, you know, you all come from the same place, the same beings, and there's a piece of you inside of each other, and you need to work together, you know, to solve and to be at peace, and that whole thing. I think that was really cool, and I enjoyed the message as much as the Klingon guy was like, is that it? Seriously, that's all? I thought it was a good message, and I kind of like the idea that they even explained why all the aliens in Star Trek kind of look humanoid. And to be honest, I've had that question, you know, and the reason is I thought just because, you know, that's what we have to work with here. We can't be CGIing a bunch of crazy looking aliens all the time every single week, so most of them look humanoid, you know, that's the way it is. But there's like an actual reason for it built into the lore now. I really like that. I wasn't really surprised to see like the message kind of roll right off the Klingons and the Cardassians. You know, they both are so, I mean, the Klingons are all about honor, and the Cardassians are all about, to me anyway, it seems like they're like Cardassians first, and that was not really that surprising that they were like, yeah, whatever. But what was surprising was that final message from the Romulan captain over to Picard. It wasn't exactly a let's have peace, but it was one day, you know, and that was so unexpected to see from Romulans, and I like that so much. I wonder if anything addressed in this episode is ever going to come back. I wonder on this show or other shows. Maybe. No spoilers. But I just thought it was really cool. It was a cool mystery, you know, hunting down pieces of a puzzle and working together to solve it, and I just really liked it. I liked it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to know. But I had a really good time watching this one. And we will check out another TNG and a DS9 next week. Looking forward to both of those as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.